Welcome back to the deep dive. Tonight, we're stepping away from all the noise, really. We're leaning into some sources that offer a perspective. Well, it feels really calm, focused, almost like a quiet late night conversation. We're diving into material, exploring the core science of thankfulness. But it draws a very sharp line, doesn't it, between just casual appreciation and something deeper, something the sources call advanced gratitude. And they argue it's not just about being a nice person, it's actually foundational, the key to creation and success itself.
That's exactly right. Our mission today really is to unpack why this practice gets called the master key. Because, most people, even those really into self-improvement, they practice gratitude in ways the sources say are, well, ineffective.
Ineffective, how so? Because they miss the key ingredient, the mindset of creation, not reaction. They think gratitude comes after the good stuff happens, but these sources say that's backwards.
Yeah.
And that leads us to the really big idea here, the surprising part. Gratitude isn't just a response like, oh, good, I got what I wanted, now I'm thankful.
Right.
According to this research, it's actually how creation starts. It's the prerequisite, maybe, not the reward you wait for.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay, that idea, having the feeling before the thing, that really challenges how we usually think, doesn't it?
It really does.
Okay, let's unpack that distinction. The advanced gratitude versus, well, normal gratitude. So traditionally, it's conditional, right? We wait for something outside ourselves. We get the job, the sun comes out, then we feel grateful. We're just reacting to what our senses tell us.
And the sources argue that reliance on the outside world, that waiting, that's the fundamental misunderstanding. That's what keeps people stuck.
Stuck how?
Well, stuck waiting.
Yeah.
Stuck feeling like they lack something until the external world provides it.
Okay. So how does this advanced gratitude change that?
Well, what's fascinating is how it shifts the whole timeline. It moves you out of reacting and into creating. It demands you affirm it now.
Affirm it now, meaning?
Meaning you have to operate from this place of deep, knowing, real certainty, believing your desire is, well, already done, as the sources put it.
Already done. Even if you can't see it yet.
Especially if you can't see it yet. Think about the energy of it. When you thank life for something that isn't physically there, you're essentially tuning your whole being to receive it. You're aligning with it.
Okay. And the material is really clear. This isn't about begging the universe, oh, please give me this. No, it's a declaration, a statement of certainty that it's already yours. It's a totally different frequency. I get the frequency idea, but for a lot of people listening, this might sound a bit like wishful thinking or maybe even delusion. Like if I'm just sitting here being thankful for $1 million I don't have, how do the sources square that with actually doing things, taking action?
Yeah, that's a really critical point. And the sources do address it. They stress that the certainty isn't about inaction. It's the absence of worry, the absence of doubt.
Okay, think about it. Begging comes from lack, right? And lack feels like worry. Will it happen? What if it doesn't? Advanced gratitude is the opposite. You still move, you plan, you act, but not desperately. You act with the certainty that the outcome is basically confirmed. That peace, that lack of worry, actually frees up your energy. So your actions are more aligned, more effective. The knowing is like getting the delivery confirmation email.
Right.
The delivery itself is just, the logistics working out.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. The knowing brings peace, and that peace helps the action. So the state itself is a reward. But if this deep, certain gratitude is the goal, where do most people go wrong? Even people with good intentions. Yeah, they slip up. Usually by letting conditions creep back in, or maybe there's no real feeling behind it, or comparison. The sources point out 3 main traps. Subtle ways we practice gratitude that actually stop it from working properly. Okay, let's get into those. The first one sounds like the big one. If, then, gratitude. Yeah, this is all about conditions. That little voice saying, I'll be grateful if I get the promotion, or, when my health gets better.
Right, we all do that sometimes.
Exactly. But the moment you frame it like that, you're basically holding your current happiness hostage. You're making it dependent on some future thing.
And the flaw there is?
The flaw is you're signaling lack. Right now, by waiting, you're saying, this moment isn't enough, I don't have it yet. And that feeling of waiting, that lack, well, it tells the universe you don't have it, so it reinforces that state.
Okay. It keeps the desire at arm's length.
Precisely. It breaks that magic current of certainty we were talking about.
Yeah.
Real advanced gratitude means being thankful now for the opportunity maybe, or the effort you're putting in, or just the fact that it's already in progress, regardless of when it shows up.
Okay, that makes sense. And that feeling of Well, maybe obligation or rushing, that seems to lead right into the second trap.
Yeah.
Mechanical gratitude. Yeah, I know people who do this. They have a gratitude journal. They write down 3 things fast every morning, like brushing their teeth, as the sources say.
Yeah.
It becomes a chore.
Mhm.
And the sources say no feeling, no energy, just words. And this is where that feeling part becomes so crucial. The sources are really emphatic here. The universe, or life, or whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
it doesn't respond to just words or checking boxes. It responds to the emotion.
Yes. The emotion behind them. The vibration of your heart, as they put it.
Vibration of the heart.
Yeah. So you can list 10 things, but if your heart's not in it, if you're distracted or just going through the motions, well, there's no spark. Nothing moves. You might have a nice list, but if it doesn't have that genuine feeling of fullness, of joy, it's just energetically dead, like trying to start a car with, I don't know, a picture of gasoline instead of actual fuel.
Right. The universe needs the fuel, the feeling, not the instruction manual.
Exactly. That charged emotional energy.
So if the list itself isn't enough, what's the sign that we have achieved that feeling? How do we know we're feeling it in the chest? Like you said, not just thinking it in our heads.
They describe it almost physically, like a warmth, an expansion in your chest, a feeling that fills you up until you just kind of smile without
Right.
meaning to.
Okay.
The proof is that spontaneous lightness, that peacefulness that just washes over you. It's the feeling of being rich right now, whatever your bank balance says. It's that physical relief of knowing it's certain.
That feeling sounds like the real goal.
Okay, now the third trap. This one sounds tricky. Competitive gratitude. You mean that little thought?
Sometimes it's quiet. Well, at least I'm not dealing with their problems or comparing your situation to someone worse off just to feel a bit better.
Exactly that. And it's sneaky, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it does feel a bit better for a second. It gives you temporary relief.
Yeah.
But the sources warn it's basically poisoned with comparison. It comes directly from fear. Specifically, the fear that there isn't enough good stuff to go around.
The scarcity mindset.
Totally. You feel better only because you think you're slightly ahead in a game where someone has to lose. You're confirming scarcity.
And when you do that, you're basically putting yourself in the mindset of, what did the sources say? Fighting for scraps.
Fighting for scraps. You're telling the universe resources are limited. It's a zero-sum game, which of course blocks the flow of abundance to you.
Because that's the opposite energy needed for advanced gratitude. So what's the alternative then? If you see someone else succeeding?
The sources use this lovely metaphor. Life is like an infinite bakery. There's no shortage of cakes, of blessings.
Okay.
So if you see someone walking out with a huge, amazing cake, competitive gratitude makes you feel jealous or focus on your own small bun. But advanced gratitude asks you to do the opposite. Celebrate their success. Genuinely. Feel happy for them.
Why? How does that help me?
Because celebrating their win affirms abundance. You're basically telling the universe, yes, look, abundance is flowing. I see it. I acknowledge it exists, and I'm part of that same system of flow.
Ah, so seeing it flow somewhere confirms it can flow.
Exactly. It confirms it can flow to you too. It completely knocks out that fear-based scarcity thinking.
That's a really powerful shift. Okay, so moving away from these traps, the conditional, the mechanical, the competitive, it all comes back to achieving that peaceful, certain feeling we talked about earlier. So let's shift to like the practical side. How do we actually hold that feeling day to day, especially when we're waiting for something big?
The sources use really simple analogies, don't they? Like ordering a pizza.
Yeah, that one's great.
Once you've ordered it, you get the confirmation. You don't usually pace around worrying if it'll arrive, right? You just put on a movie, relax. You know it's on its way. Or buying a movie ticket. You haven't seen the film, but you already have the fun booked. The certainty is there. And that peaceful, certain feeling, that trust in the system, that's the key. When you order the pizza, you trust the restaurant, the driver. You relax because the outcome feels confirmed.
Right.
That certainty is the magic current, connecting your desire to the universal delivery mechanism. Worry, doubt. You just break the circuit. Certainty keeps the order confirmed.
Okay, but waiting for pizza is pretty low stakes. What about when the stakes feel huge? You know, waiting on a major job offer or a health diagnosis or a big financial thing. How do we stop that fear, that if-then thinking from just taking over?
That's the real practice, isn't it? The sources say you have to treat the certainty itself as the prize. You have to constantly check in with your emotional state.
So monitoring your feelings.
Yeah, if you feel that anxiety creeping up, that's your signal. You're slipping back into doubt, back into the if-then trap. You've lost faith in the delivery system.
So what do you do then?
The practical step is radical reassurance. You have to pause. Go back to feeling thankful for something in the present moment. Reconnect with that feeling of having already received the outcome you desire. Feel that relief, that peace, that certainty in your body,
Even for the big emotional stuff.
especially for the big stuff. And when that peaceful, certain feeling is genuinely achieved, the universe's response, according to this material, is basically, oh, it's done. Okay, let's deliver it.
It removes the resistance.
Exactly. It's that preemptive gratitude, that non-reactive state that lets the logistics work themselves out without being blocked by your doubt.
Okay, so if we try to boil this down into like a daily practice, it sounds like two main steps to avoid the traps. First, really focus on feeling deeply thankful before you see the results.
That tackles the conditional and mechanical trap.
And second, consciously stop comparing. Make an effort to genuinely celebrate the good you see around you, even in others.
Yeah, and that takes care of the competitive trap.
So doing those two things consistently cultivates that advanced gratitude state.
That really sums it up.
Yeah.
And it brings us right back to that fundamental shift we started with. Gratitude isn't the reaction to the reward. It's a prerequisite.
Right.
If you wait to feel thankful until you get the reward, you're basically stuck telling the universe you don't have it yet.
Yeah.
You have to embody the feeling first. Become that peaceful, abundant, grateful person now.
Wow.
When-
That's a powerful way to frame it. The goal, then, according to these sources, is really about being thankful before the miracle shows up, feeling rich before the money arrives, loving life before it gives you an obvious reason on a silver platter. Because if you can do that, if you can adopt that state, the sources seem pretty confident that life will always eventually provide the reason.
That's the core message. So maybe we could leave listeners with a thought to reflect on. If the universe really does respond to the feeling, the certainty in your heart, what's one thing, just one thing you deeply desire that you could feel profoundly grateful for right now?
Grateful in a way that signals with absolute conviction it's already done. What would that feel like? Take a moment, maybe later today, and just feel that certainty in your chest. According to this work, that feeling, that's your master key.